to the Business Caselette, where we take a look at little bits of business to try to leave our sessions a little more understanding about the business that surrounds us. Today we're going to be talking all about online education. As a previous content developer for HBS Online, or HBX as it used to be called, I've become a very strong advocate for online education, and I'd like to share with you some of my takeaways today. First, we'll talk about the business case for online education, and then I'll introduce you to HBS Online's secret sauce, highlighting some of the main differences between HBSO's offering and MOOCs or OpenCourseWare. Oh, before we get started, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe below, as it really helps the YouTube algorithm. Okay, let's dive in. First up, the business case for online education. Imagine Harvard approached a consulting firm with the following problem. We want to accept 500 more students per academic year. What would the cost of that be? To answer this question, the consulting firm would project the costs for additional professors to teach those 500 students, additional buildings required to house those 500 students, additional financial aid to be provided on a need-blind basis, additional capacities needed in dining halls, recreational centers, and career services. You get the point. The overall cost would be millions to reach only 500 students more per academic year. But what's more is that to be selected, those 500 students would also go through the same very strict, highly competitive application process. Now let's imagine those resources channeled into the development of online education. And while I can't share actual numbers with you, if you imagine you could create at least one online education course, we can assess the impact. Within the first year alone, the online course has the potential to not only reach 500 students, but a high multiple of that number. Moreover, the restriction of student profiles would be lifted or relaxed in terms of location, prerequisites, and the like. We can see this happening in terms of OpenCourseWare or minimum application requirements. The takeaway is that the footprint of the project would be able to change more lives than could be imagined by the 500 students that would benefit from the in-person experiences. Even more, the project would likely be NPV positive in a fraction of the time, allowing for a reinvestment of profits into creating more and more online education courses. Okay, let's summarize the business case for online education in a sentence. Online courses have a greater potential to make a more widespread impact on the global education level than the same investment would in expanding capacity in traditional forms. Okay, now on to HBS Online's secret sauce. HBS Online has a strong lineup of business courses that provide students with windows into new industries. The current course offerings are 3 to 8 weeks long, and upon completion, you'll receive an HBS Online certificate of completion. These classes will cost you a pretty penny, from $1,600 to $2,250, with the Sustainable Business Strategy course coming in on brand at $1,050. But the financial commitment will likely make sure that you follow through with your learning goal and finish what you started. Now, in my opinion, HBS Online has 4 distinguishing factors. Number 1, the Harvard brand name and professor reputation. Number 2, the next level online case method. Number 3, the content design. And number 4, like I mentioned before, the certificate of completion. First and foremost, let's talk about the Harvard rep. The Harvard rep gets your virtual foot in the door. One of the number 1 draws of going to HBS itself is the experience and the connectivity of the HBS professors. You'll get this through HBS Online, albeit in a pre-recorded manner. Number 2, the online case method. The traditional case study method used in the MBA classroom was designed to allow students to put themselves in the shoes of the business leader, assessing real-world business challenges. Just like we look at here at the Business Caselette, with HBS Online, you'll be exposed to business concepts through the eyes of the industry professionals. What's even more is that after you've weighed in with your perspective, you'll get a chance to hear directly from the case protagonists. This is a distinguishing factor from other platforms such as Coursera or edX, where the content is more lecture-based. Moreover, you have an opportunity to interact with other students, building network connections, much like in the full-time MBA experience. Number 3, the content design. HBS Online courses are well-written, interactive, and variable, designed specifically to keep you engaged by constantly switching up how you're interacting with the platform and your peers. You'll have an integrated learning experience that includes, but is definitely not limited to, short videos, open responses, texts, and polls. Overall, the courses are designed with the assumption that it's hard to keep a student's attention for a long time, especially in an online environment. The goal of these courses are for you to learn and get the most out of these experiences, and they're designed to help you do that. Fourth and finally, the certificate. While this is not a degree and should not be written on your CV as such, you can market your certificate of completion, and it demonstrates your initiative, which can open doors. Okay, that's all I've got for you. I hope you're a bit stronger of a believer in online education and a little bit more aware of what HBS Online has to offer. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and of course check out the other business caselettes here on my channel. Until next time.